Hello, welcome back to PvP. Callum Povey is with me. How you doing, sonny boy?
Touching your willy.
Oh man, we make the best songs. Talking of best things, I've got another Cal. What?
Have you? I've been replaced.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a way to break it to you. No, I've got another video for Convince Cal.
Or another game.
For another game. So previously we did RimWorld. And as you said, there were some things that you didn't know that you've been exposed to now, and it's given you somewhat of a better appreciation for it. But until it becomes a multiplayer kind of deal, it's not really going to be your cup of tea.
And even then, it's slim pickings.
It's not, because it's fucking ace, but whatever. But I've got a new one for you today that I'm hoping will be a winner. So let's have a bloody look, shall we?
Let's have a bloody look.
So I'm going to share screen with the old sound. Boop! It's only Stardew Valley.
Stardew bloody Valley. I've just started playing this, so this shouldn't really count.
Well, I think it still does, and I'm going to tell you why. Because this game is exceptionally relaxing, and it's my go-to. So I've been playing Gears Tactics over the last week or so, and over the weekend I had to rage quit out of it because it was infuriatingly difficult. And I'm not to say that the game itself is, it's just that my brain can't deal. It's like playing chess where you have to think so many moves ahead or whatever.
Yeah.
I can't deal with that. I love Gears, but the reason I love Gears is because it is just quite straightforward.
Bang, bang, bang.
Exactly. You're running around, you're shooting things. When you get the tactics involved in it, I'm not quite as strong as that. But one thing that I can do is drop back to something like this, which I absolutely love. And like you say, I know that you have just recently started playing this, but you're playing the Android version, I believe.
I am.
Cool. Well, what you're going to do today is, you've only just started playing this, so you're still very early on in it. I'm 2 years into this, in-game, not in real life. So I want you to see whereabouts I'm up to year 2. Oh, we've got a fish already. There we go.
This looks exactly the same.
No, it doesn't, because I've got a kitchen. I've got a kitchen, and I've got an extra fridge, and I've got a sweet bear statue, and a golden statue of the mayor, and a chicken statue, and a crystal that when you press buttons on it, it makes tunes.
And a big, cuddly blue teddy bear.
Yeah, that one I got. I'm not fond of that, but you can't turn it around either, which is a bit of a pain in the arse.
What, so it just sits
what
there?
I wanted to do... Yeah, you can't do anything with it.
Oh.
It's all decoration, man.
Yeah,
with the
I thought
exception
you
of
could
the
move them.
Oh, you can move them around, but like I can make sushi. But here we go. So
This looks just like mine.
no, it doesn't, and you know it doesn't.
If you take out all the crops and like all the stuff that's not a tree.
Yeah. Well, it took me quite a while.
Look at the udders on that cow.
Yeah, man, they're ready for milking. You
They
know it.
definitely are.
But we've got plenty of crops. You see that in the right-hand corner there, just to my right-hand side?
That's
a
green
bait.
thing.
Yeah, a bait box. So it develops worms, so you can go fishing and catch better fish.
Yeah.
So now we've got yams, we've got some artichokes.
What is a yam?
It's like a potato-y kind of thing, I think.
I know they
It's
have
like-
them in
it's
America, don't they?
It's a root vegetable. I don't think they're particularly popular over here, but I don't think I've ever tried one, if I'm honest. Oh, my inventory's full. But I've got some flowers, but then over here, look, we've got a couple of furnaces, we've got a couple of charcoal kilns, so you can turn that into coal.
Hey, you got a unicorn.
No, that's a horse, Callum. But I've got a couple of kegs. I think one's making blackberry and one's making plum wine at the moment. Got a little beehive to make some wild honey.
Oh.
This is my little pooch.
Looks like he's got a hat.
He's definitely not got a hat. My dude's got a hat, and if you notice, he looks quite like you.
He does, actually. I actually
He does
think
a bit.
we've got the same beard.
More than likely, there's not a huge amount of avatar options, but it's all pixelated, so it doesn't really matter too much, I suppose. But have you got a dog? Have you got a little dog?
I'll tell you what, Dan. It's quite disappointed looking at all of this because I haven't even figured out how to plant things yet.
Cool. Okay, well, that's something we'll cover. Don't even worry about it. But this is a little dog. This is called Sour Patch.
Aww.
Is my little dog. And here, we've got a bloody horse I can ride around on, Callum.
That is pretty good. Although
And she's called Daisy.
Daisy.
Not great at fitting through little gaps, to be honest. Like
What horses are.
Not a chance. But, you know, they're big units. So what's to be expected? But I'm going to pop her back because we don't need her right now. But I've built a barn. I built a chicken coop, so we've got 3 little chickens in there. These cows do need to be milked though, because then we can take the milk and we can put it into here and turn it into cheese.
Ooh.
But over here we've got some more artisanal goods, because there's actually a festival that is happening next week, and you make like a little display and you can win first prize in that if you've got a sweet range of cool shit. So last year I got like 3rd place and I wasn't particularly happy about it.
That's still quite good though.
It's fine, but it's not first place though, is it? So what's the point?
The most exciting thing that's happened to me was I forgot to exit out, and I went back, and apparently I'd passed out, and then I owed 50 G's to someone because they brought me home.
Yeah, that does happen. I mean, to be fair, I've lost quite a few thousand being down in the mines and get the shit kicked out of me, because then they will just take quite a lot of money. Either someone will steal it from you, or if a doctor finds you, fines you.
Fucking found me.
Yeah, and he's just like, oh yeah, I brought you back home though, and it's a grand for the privilege. Not joking, right? Because regardless of what you're doing or what happens at 2 a.m, if you're not in bed, if you haven't like gone to sleep before 2 a.m, you will just collapse, and that will be it, and the doctor will find you and blah blah blah. I'm not joking. I got to about here, and then it hit 2 a.m. and then he went, oh, I found you outside in my own house, and I've charged you £1,000 for just dragging me up these stairs and plopping me in bed. Now, I think that that's a gross misconduct, to be honest.
I mean,
I think that's charging for services that you... Hold on, I'm just doing shit, and I'm not even telling you. Right. So you buy your seeds. You buy your seeds from the shop. You've been to the shop, haven't you?
Yeah.
Cool. So you buy the seeds.
I have.
You have to use the hoe.
What you call me?
When you use the hoe, you drop a little... It just digs up a little bit of ground. Then when you select the seeds, you plop the seeds into the now tilled soil. So then you can use the watering can, and you water them manually, or once you've done some time down the mines, you can set up one of these sprinklers and it will water everything for you. Because as you will probably notice, watering a garden or a field or whatever this size, your energy will be almost completely out by the time you've watered everything.
What?
So like getting sprinklers as early as you possibly can is a really good move, to be honest.
How weak are Stardew people? They can't,
Well,
they
this
can't
also
walk
takes over
upstairs after 2 o'clock. They can't water fucking plants.
Yeah, but what I am going to do though, and this is something that I've been kind of working on, because there's a lot of shit that I still don't really know. I've had to Google a few bits and pieces, but so like, maybe I want to have some little Stardew children, and there's only one way to do that.
Me and Daisy.
No, me and Daisy are on the hunt, mate. We're going on the bloody hunt because, as luck would have it, there's actually been a fair maiden that I've been courting.
Oh, on the hunt for Pootang.
Pootang? Poontang, I think you'll find.
No, I was...
Even then, gross.
I was right the first time.
Oh, right, okay.
Daisy.
But, this is my lady love. You're such a nice person, Dragon Pity. Thanks for being my friend.
Oh, friend zoned.
Oh, that wounded me, that. That's never happened before. Bloody hell.
Normally she's just gushing all over you as soon as you walk.
But she's listed as my girlfriend. See, I know when her birthday is.
27th of spring.
Look at the shit I've given her, man. Emeralds, aquamarine, ruby, amethyst, topaz, jade, and some wool. Because, But a nice cake. And then she goes, "You're such a nice friend." Oh. I'm like, can I have all those super expensive rare gems back, please?
Look how nice her house is compared to yours as well.
Well, I need to get an extension, but it costs like £50,000.
Abigail.
This is Abigail. Abigail was my second choice because at one point she invites you around to play video games.
Oh.
Because there is a video game that you can play in the game. Just in case playing a video game isn't enough, you want to inceptionize it and you want to play a game within a game, well then, Callum, you jump to the old Stardrop Saloon, you mooch on over to the arcade over here.
You got 2 games to choose from.
Yeah,
Journey
although
of
I've
the
only played
Pirate.
this one. But it's somehow an even more pixelated and worse version of Stardew. It's basically Zelda.
Yeah, it looks dog shit.
Zelda graphics, I mean, not... It's just...
It's a fully fledged RPG.
It's just this. But I'm assuming that like if
You're dead.
I died. But I'm assuming that if you get like the highest possible score or whatever, it'll give you some sort of special achievement because there's like
Maybe
tons
that's
of
what you
like
got to do to
secrets.
get to Emily's pants.
What when the arcades?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's a tailor, so like she does loads of like this. You see the t-shirt that I'm wearing at the moment? It's got a J on it.
Oh yeah.
So the supermarket that's based in this town is called Jojo Mart.
Obviously.
And fuck me, I can't get down fucking hole. God damn it,
Emily.
But I got when you get a piece of cloth and you become friends, like high enough friend level with Emily, then she'll let you use her sewing machine so you can make your own clothes. So I combined a piece of cloth with a can of effectively Coke, and it gave me this JoJo, like some like a sponsored advert for this
God's sake.
thing. But I did actually ask for my
Clint.
pickaxe to be upgraded. Oh my fucking! I need to sell all my shit. Although one of the things that is the biggest pain in the arse, especially when you're setting up this farm, and you do all your farming or you do some mining or whatever, and then you need to go to the shops. Everything shuts at like 4 or 5 o'clock ish.
What? Well, it's 10
So
to now.
Well, that's what I mean. That's why I'm on the Daisy going for it because oh fuck, I probably missed it unless they're able to 5. Ugh. Oh, thank God.
Sorry, we're closed.
No. There we go. Right. So because of this special fair that's coming up, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to sell the honey, the mayonnaise, or the blackberry jelly, or the plum wine because those are ones I want to present. So we'll sell off everything else. The sunflower seeds I'll keep because I can turn those into oil. But these roses and shit. Oh bollocks! That's what I was going to do. I was going to give one of those to Emily. Fuck. Oh, it's fine. I'll grow another one. Let's grow some more artichokes because you'll always get back more than what you spend on your seeds, basically. But there is an upgrade for the house, and you can have a nursery. Now, I imagine the only reason you can do that is if you can get married, you can have kids or whatever. So, before it hits sort of like year 5, yeah, you can't kill those annoyingly.
Annoying.
There's no murder in this game apart from like weird little monsters, which I feel is not okay.
You're not a real farmer then.
Well, yeah, because you should be bombing around on a quad bike shooting badgers or whatever.
Just
That's what they do, or foxes, whatever.
foxes are a big thing. I mean, I don't condone it. I love foxes. I also love badgers, but
Yeah. But these sunflower seeds. So whenever you grow sunflowers, you get a seed and a flower. Get out of the way, Sour Badge.
can you take him with you?
No, unfortunately.
What's the point of him?
Honestly, that's a really good question because, like the animals and stuff, I get that they have to sort of knock about, and you know, you get eggs from the chickens and milk from the cows, and if you get a bigger barn, you can get sheep and you can get wool from the sheep. You know, they sort of mooch around, but they don't really do much else apart from producing. But then you've got the horse, and you can knock about on your horse, which obviously makes sense. The dog has 0 point as far as I can tell.
Yeah, if you can't kill nothing, he ain't going hunting. He's not protecting. Get burglars.
No. And there's no like, because I thought, oh well, what if I leave the little door open on the chicken coop? You know, is a fox going to get in there and rip all my chickens apart if I forget to shut this little door here like that? Or you know, are they going to run away in the night? No, I've pretty much left it open every night and nothing happens.
Until
So,
this
I don't
one
really know.
night.
But there's also a little cave here that someone bought. So someone said, hey, do you want us to conduct experiments in here with mushrooms? So I was like, sure.
They're odd-looking
then you
mushrooms.
Well, they haven't grown yet. But eventually they do, and then you can use them for food, you can sell them at the market.
What are you building here?
Well, this is just a building that's always been here. Oh, whatever this once was, it's now in ruins. I'm assuming that at some point you can take it down or rebuild it into a thing. Maybe, I'm not quite sure. But obviously the point is you can expand as much as you possibly can.
What's that thing on the tree?
So on the trees over here, these are sappers, this thing here.
I am not even joking, Dan. I was going to say, is it to do with sap?
Yes, you're absolutely
Do you know how
right.
I know
It
that?
collects the sap.
It's on Riverdale.
Rubber trees? Oh, right.
They
don't
use
know
it
what
to get
Riverdale
the
was doing
maple
with-
syrup.
Well, funnily enough, this is a maple
There
tree.
you go.
So you can get maple syrup from these, pine syrup from these, and then another. Oh no, that one might be an oak tree, and then this one might be a maple tree. So you can get oak syrup, pine syrup, and maple syrup.
Only one of
And then
those
you can
sounds
use
delicious.
Well, they're not for eating though. That's the thing. Come on, Daisy, out of the way. So this little thing in the middle here is a workbench. So you see, I put 2 chests either side. So in here goes like all my ores and shit that I've made, and then in here is all sort of like natural materials, so like fibre and wood and whatever. So when you use the workbench, it connects to both of them, and it will just pull all of the ingredients across without you having to have them in your inventory.
Basically, what I'm getting from this, Dan, is regardless of the game, if there's chests in it, you will store it in a ridiculous fashion.
It's not in a ridiculous fashion.
No, it makes 100% sense. But when we do play, like when we play this together, and I happen to accidentally put some maple in the wrong thing,
chest.
and then I get fucking banned from the game.
Well, it's not hard. Ores in the left, everything else in the right. That's all. That's the only rule you have to remember. But that brings up a very interesting point, which is, of course, that Stardew is multiplayer. Now, unfortunately, what it means, though, is that we wouldn't be able to just drop straight into my farm. So you wouldn't just be able to jump in here and jump on Daisy and fuck off down the mine for a couple of hours or whatever. We would have to start a brand new farm together. But I feel that that's good in a way, because obviously this is the first... Like, this is my first game, basically. You know,
do you want me on this?
Would I want you on this one? No, absolutely not. But would I now I know how how the building construction shit works? Like you've got to place them in certain places. Would I have built them like this? Absolutely not. Like what we do is, because again it takes up a lot of energy to cut down trees, and there are so many trees. Like this whole section over here, like all of this, like up to this wall, this was all trees, just thick trees. And you've got to cut every one of them down. I tried putting a bomb down the other day to see if I could blow a bunch of them up. Does not work.
Obviously.
So you have to cut all of these down by hand. And again, the energy is a big deal. So you can keep on eating stuff or whatever, but I'd rather that when I'm fighting. So 2 people getting through those forests would be a bit better. And then you could have all the barns and all the coops and all whatever next to each other in a nice... Oh, maple syrup's done.
There you go.
Ding, ding, ding.
Thank you, Riverdale.
Look, it looks like a holy hand grenade,
it does.
But it's definitely not. It's maple syrup. But I think you can also use that. So you can use that in cooking, you can use it in crafting, because there's something that uses maple syrup in here. Oh yeah, it was in the bee house.
Can you cover... I forgot her name already. Sticky Vicky? Emily.
I mean, there's not really much of a pornographic centre to this.
You're meant to be selling this to me.
But this is just a nice farming. You just have a lovely time. You just do a bit of fishing by the.
I like how you just walk into your bed.
I mean, there's some limitations to it. I'll give you that. But we've got a let, Callum. Let's have a look. Here's a vegetable from the little garden I keep at the back. You probably have more veggies than you know what to do with, but I'll have that parsnip. Thanks very much. Oh, another letter.
Thanks, Caroline.
I just wanted to remind you that Stardew Valley Fair is happening tomorrow. Don't forget to bring your 9 items for the Grange display. So, that's what I was going to do the other day, actually. Is I was going to have a little chest here. And then in this chest, I was going to put all of the things that I was going to take to the fair. And I know how ridiculous this sounds, but I'm going to take one of each of the resins because they're all classed as artisan goods. Sorry. So I'm going to pop those in. I'm thinking a gold star pumpkin.
Obviously,
that's quite nice.
Looks like a sheriff.
It's the sheriff of all pumpkins. Yeah. We've got some pickled yams, so that's quite nice. Some blackberry jelly, some mayonnaise, some wild honey, and some plum wine. So how many got? 2, 4, 6, 8. Fuck me, that's exactly what I was after. Brilliant. So, tomorrow, when I head down to the fair, I can fill up my little Grange with the 9 good... They're like... Because like last time I took like gems and stuff, but apparently this is like a farmer's market fair, so artisanal goods is what you're after. So
Obviously.
Anything that's just classed as artisan goods in the game, I'm just going to assume... Or maybe not the pumpkin, or maybe I can find something to replace the pumpkin. It's a prize-winning pumpkin, though, I'd say.
It's got a star.
Well, I'll tell you what, we got that parsnip. Oh, it's not going to do by tomorrow, though. Because I was going to stick it in here, we could have a pickled parsnip as well. Maybe, if I'm lucky, one of the other bottled wines, or whatever it is that's in one of these cakes at the moment, they may get completed today, which means that for tomorrow, I can take them along to the fair. and win that first prize. I'm not coming home without it.
Well, you might.
I'm telling you that much.
You've only got till 2 a.m.
I'm going to burn this town down if I don't win first prize. I've put so much effort into this bloody farm.
Well, I can honestly say you have indirectly sold me on Stardew Valley, Dan. Even though I've already started playing.
But you've been playing it on your phone, and it's not one
on
that
a
we can just
tablet.
jump on together. Whatever, it's still the inferior
It
version.
seems exactly the same.
It's not, shut up. But I don't know if
I'd
there's
argue and say
anything
it looks
extra
better.
No, it obviously doesn't.
It does seem exactly the same, to be fair.
Yeah, honestly, I think it would be. I can't imagine there being a huge amount more to this than there would be to the mobile version. It's all, it's all one relatively small kind of map. It's just this. That's all it is, really. And I think that most phones should be able to handle that pretty well. But I'd be very curious as to what we could do if we ran a farm that I was in charge of the actual day-to-day running of, and you were in charge of the design.
And
so
wooing.
I think that the fields would be
and
Sorry?
the wooing.
Yeah, I'd be more concerned with trying to turn a profit that first year. Do you know what? Honestly, I actually looked up as to how much it would be to buy a farm, because
In real
how
life?
much I'm enjoying this. Yeah, in real life, yeah. Not that I've got any kind of agricultural experience whatsoever, but do you have any idea how expensive farms are in this country?
That's why farmers are fucking minted.
Oh yeah, that's why. Yeah, they're all like all the top richest people in the world are all bloody farmers. That's where you go if you want the money into farming.
Farmers are really, really, really good farmers. Really well off.
Yeah, maybe if they've been doing it for generations and they've got suppliers that they've had for the last 150 years. If you want to start one up today, I can't imagine you'd just be able to knock it out over the weekend, to be honest.
Give it a bloody good go.
You could, and you'd die trying, I can guarantee you that. But it was like $1.5 million to 2 million just for like the land and the house. That's not taking into account staff, crops, distribution, animals, livestock, that kind of shit. Like, I would love... But do you know what I'd want, though? I'd want a farm that someone else could run.
So you just own it?
I'd be like, I'd own it, and I just want to sit on a porch and smoke a pipe, and maybe every now and then I'll throw on a pair of dungarees and go and help out. But if I just went, not feeling it today, no one could tell me off, because I own it.
What if you could... We had robots, and you basically just did this, but you controlled the robot?
Like Picard's Orchard.
Yeah.
Where it's like just robots flying around and just...
No, like Android. So it basically looks like this guy on Daisy now. And you do it all from your PC, but it happens in real time.
Oh no, because then I'd still have to go and do it myself, so there'd be no point. I just want a staff that would just be able to just knock about and take care of things and just go, oh, do you want to...
so you want to be a CEO of a farm?
In essence, yeah, the chairman of farms, Bait Farms. But I'd want him to say, like, here's the first loaf of bread that we've made with that farm. Like, can you imagine that? Like, that'd be such an achievement. I haven't earned it because obviously they've done
it's not an achievement for you.
But they still get paid their £2,000 a year or whatever it is that you earn working on a farm, because I can't imagine it's a huge amount. That's what I'd be paying.
It's
anyway.
really good. Like, we've got a lot of farmers around here.
Yeah, I know you have.
But
yeah.
to be fair, all of the big fucking nice houses around here are all owned by farmers.
But is that something that just comes with the land, though?
Nah, so
well,
to be fair, my old next door neighbour, he's a farmer. He went and bought a new house. It's only around the corner, but he's a farm hand, so he doesn't own the farm or nothing like that. But
sure,
money wise, it's good bloody money.
Well, it's all sort of like all manual labour, and I imagine it's quite like sort of like a night. This is all
talking like
conjecture, by the way.
Shifts as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's all very, very, very hard work, but it would be incredibly rewarding as well. Like in the sense that you've actually helped feed people, and it would. I must have clicked delete then. I didn't have anything selected, but I thought it would just delete my game or something. I don't know. Yeah, I think I don't know. It seems like the sort of thing that it would be kind of a bit Brokeback Mountain, really. It's sort of like you do it once a year, and you'd maybe you make friends and you see them the next year and you just work. And I mean, I think it's what, like, you know, tourists do when they're travelling in Australia and stuff like that. You know, they do fruit picking and all that kind of shit, don't they?
Yeah, just get a little job.
Yeah, but that's it. But it would be a little job that I could do as and when I wanted on my own farm.
Yeah.
But, you know, the odds of being able to do that are quite small, I reckon, because I don't think I could pull out 2 million on... Oh, I've just earned an achievement for earning 250,000. There we go.
That's how easy it is to be a farmer.
Yeah, but it's also, I've grown 3 pieces of corn, 2 carrots, and I've made 2 grand. I don't think it's quite
exactly
accurate.
like that, Dan. Exactly like that.
But I would love to see what me and you could do. I say that like only because of like what we've accomplished with Space Engineers and Minecraft and, you know, the kind of the creative. Actually, I say that you don't really have much input in any of that, do you?
Do you not remember Pride Rock? Do you not remember the garage?
That lump of dirt that you built.
The garage. Hey, I smoothed out that entire area.
Oh, please don't be plum wine.
It's plum wine.
Blackberry wine, brilliant. There's my 9th thing. Brilliant. I am set for the fair tomorrow, Callum. So,
good.
like I say, I'm not quite sure what extra things you can do whilst you're in multiplayer on this, but I really, really want to play this with you because I think that we could have a lot of fun with this. Because again, it's not action packed. It's not, you know, it's not anything that we could probably record and make a reasonable series out of, unless we were just talking for the sake of it. But there's just something to be said for just not having to go, oh, what if there's a lightning storm and all my crops get killed and there's an earthquake or aliens or whatever.
Got to worry about passing out at 2 a.m.
But, you know, that's my own stupid fault, if anything. All my chickens hate me.
Good.
Probably because I haven't fed them, to be honest. That's probably what it is. I know, yeah. But this is Stardew, man, and I genuinely, I don't know what it is about it, but I cannot get enough of this fucking game.
From what I've played, it's fine. Like I say, it's a bit of a cheat episode because I was already in, but I know more about it now.
Exactly, and that's always the point. And now I think that it's certainly an easier argument to say, yeah, maybe I should get this for PC, so then I can actually play it. Because I think that this would only, like, doing all this manually, like, I've been playing this for like 35 hours or whatever it is. This is all I've accomplished with it. Yeah. I mean, I say that, I've still done a lot. I've reached the bottom level of the mine, thank you very much, which is a lot of shit down there, but I've got this, like, obsidian sword, which is super cool, and like special trinkets and shit like that to work down there. But I'm pretty sure that with 2 of us we could have done all of this so much fucking quicker.
Well,
so what I'm trying to do is, in this instance, is convince you to get this for PC so we can play it with someone else.
Yeah, I will.
Because no one else needs to play fucking Stardew, man.
Everyone I know that plays Stardew plays it on the Switch, except for you.
To be fair, it seems like the right place for it. The Switch, I don't know, it just feels right, but I can't tell it being any different.
It'll be the same.
Nah, of course it will. It's just, I think you just be the feel of it. It feels more like a Switch kind of game more than anything, I reckon. But the age-old question is upon us once again. Are you convinced? Excellent.
This is a win-win.
Yeah, I'm gonna chalk this one up. I'd like to say it was kind of an easy one anyway, but there's always more that you can learn, Callum, because you're an idiot.
I mean, I'm not going to argue. Although, I got the sap thing. Just saying.
You did. You did, so that's good. Is there anything else that I can trick you with, maybe? No, probably not.
Right, we'll call it there, because I'm convinced.
I think so.
And I don't want to unconvince myself.
Good. Well, as you can probably see, it's still being a little bit stuttery every now and then. And if something like Stardew is starting to struggle a little bit on my computer, I think it's time for a new computer, Callum, if I'm honest.
I mean...
And I've been saying this for like the last 6 months, but odds are it's probably going to happen quite soon. So I will be certain to announce it, and you can go to www.podcastvsplayer.com, as there will be announcements and videos and podcasts, and you can leave us little messages on the wall, and game shows, let's plays, all that kind of stuff. And obviously, as we are all in a horrible position at the moment with the current coronavirus lockdown. There's also the isolation station on there, so some little treats and bits and pieces to keep your brains occupied so you don't go fucking
And it's
bonkers.
free.
And it's free. But I tell you what's not free, Callum.
Patreon. But it is.
Which you can also...
Unless you join.
Well, then it's just a website. In which case Google's free as well. Go and check that out. But all the details are all on the website, so feel free to go and have a look. Let us know if you've got any comments, if you've got any questions, maybe something that I've played before or mentioned on a previous podcast that you think we should try and do a Convince Cal on. Or if you've got some sweet Stardew strats, then hit me up and let me know, because I'll probably ignore them, but do you know what? I love this game, man, and I just want to talk to people about it, so feel free to talk to me about Stardew.
Heal him up, kids.
That'll do.
Bye.
But that'll do. Thank you, everyone, so much. Stay safe, stay well, and have a massive wank on me.
On
Thank
you?
very much. on my tab, my wanking tab. Have a massive wank and add it to my wanking tab.
See you later.